What's going on? Dylan Conrad, Benamalcus Female. Today I'm going to go through our exact client blueprint to drink booze and torch fat. Before I enter that, watch on YouTube, please like, subscribe, turn notifications on. Spotify, iTunes, hit that bell button, leave a review. All helps the algorithm. You have to excuse my voice. I'm getting over a cold right now. So fun. Yeah, so today is actually an interview we do with our client, Seha. She lost 30 pounds working with Coach Witt. And she covered the exact form that we use with all of our clients on how she drank alcohol and was able to lose a ton of body fat, obviously, from her results. A couple things I want you to pay attention to here. First was her mindset switch, because she came in like, guard up, is this a scam? Like, what is this? To, okay, let's dive in. Like, this seems like a good idea to actually do. That's a really good part to go through. That's where every client comes through at some point in the process. Second was the strategies she used to drink alcohol and travel and party and still lose fat. Last is the habit stacking process that we laid out for her. That was really key for her. And make sure you stay to the end, because I'm going to give you guys a 1,600 calorie meal plan with alcohol already plugged into it. But enjoy this interview.
Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it.
Of course.
So why don't you tell us your name, a little bit about yourself, all that good stuff.
So my name is Teha. I am 45 years old, and I have been actually being challenged by my weight loss. I mean, I've never been overweight, but it's just like I have been feeling uncomfortable for the last, let's say, 2 years. I tried so many different methods before. And then it was after my birthday when I said, you know what, this has to stop. We have to do something about it, because I wasn't feeling good about myself. I wasn't feeling comfortable about how I look. And I said, hey, and I've been reading all about, like, as you get older, it's so hard to lose weight and to get in shape.
Yeah.
So and I've never eaten anything unhealthy in my life. Like, I have never been on, fried food forever. I am a more like Mediterranean style,
Right.
like meals
Yeah.
in my diet, in my daily diet, but I never knew how much of a difference when you track your macros and calories.
Yes.
But also like, so sorry, I think I just went a
No,
little off
you're good.
topic.
No, we'll definitely
Um,
get back to that too, but I was just kind of asking, so I know yeah, you're telling us a little about yourself in terms of like, obviously your age and what do you do for work? I think that's actually important.
oh yes, so I'm a teacher. So my schedule is I'm very on schedule,
Mhm.
very, like strict times. Like I start at a very early time during the day, and I end like at a very late, depending on my schedule after school.
Yeah.
So that was the thing, actually. That was also one of the things that I was challenged by. Um, because I also have to prepare my meals, and when I run out of options, then okay, so of course I tended to have more carbs because it's an easy prep, faster and easier and practical.
I don't,
So
yeah.
my thing is being time efficient
Yeah.
and nutritious, both.
Absolutely. And I definitely jump into that too, but I guess maybe first we can talk about a little bit how you stumbled upon the program and all that stuff.
So actually, I had been researching on social media. First, this is how it started. I started Googling because I heard a lot about, um, you know, um, macro tracking, or counting your macros, or how to lose weight after 40. Because I think it's everybody's challenge, especially if you're around your 40, 45, premenopause, menopause case. And then actually, of course, how social media is, once you start researching, they feed up your other account,
Yeah.
all the accounts.
Yeah.
So that's actually when actually there were a few similar accounts that popped on my Instagram, and one of them was you. And I said, oh, okay, let's see. And then, you know, why not? What
Yeah.
do I have to lose? Just send a message and
Yeah.
see. Also, like I am also very suspicious about these things because I do not buy anything on social
Mhm.
media. Like I know some of them are scam. And I said, so let's give it a shot because I also know that this is how life works right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
mhm.
And we were chatting on social media, right?
Yes, so we started we started texting.
Uh,
And actually, I give you the credit because you never gave up. You never gave up.
oh yeah.
You said, oh, I mean, it was a good conversation because I thought, oh, wow, this is very responsive. Like, I didn't even wait for days. I
Mhm.
just got a prompt response. Also, because also maybe I'm a teacher and as part of my personality, I have like excellent follow through. And actually, when I see that the other person is doing or functioning the same way, I said, wow, this is very impressive. This is okay, maybe this is going to work out. So
Yeah.
then we scheduled our Zoom call for 15 minutes where we chatted a little bit about me, how my daily life was like, what my challenges were. And then I think that's when we moved on to the longer
Yeah.
Zoom
And I
session.
remember that very, very clearly. What were some of your hesitations on that call before we actually signed up and got you going?
So again, I thought, oh my God, I was still thinking this can't be a scam, but let's see how it goes. And so that's how I started. My biggest challenge was, like I said, I had tried so many different things in my life, like since like in my early, younger years, let's say.
Mhm.
Um, and I said, I didn't. So my number one thing, I don't want anything that cannot be sustainable.
Right.
So I think that was my key
Biggest.
number one. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And maybe you can tell us, so your struggles beforehand, you kind of glazed over it. Maybe we can dive in a little bit. Like,
Mhm.
tried all these diets, but like, what specifically were you struggling before you kind of met up with us?
So actually, my struggle was, I mean, when I look in the mirror, the biggest problem I would say is my midsection. So I think that's where when we know most women are struggling with. That was my first area, but also like in other types of like weight loss programs that I implemented was yes for a limited amount of time I was able to lose weight, but then what happens? So it's not okay, you lost weight because you maybe limited the calories, but also it takes a lot from your lifestyle. I wanted also to enjoy my life while I was, on a weight loss program. So that was also another challenge. So giving up a lot on your social life. Number two, yes, for a certain period of time, you can limit yourself, but what if? Like, also, real life doesn't work that way. You cannot find, let's say, two pieces of something and then bring it to your workplace. So we need things that we can apply or implement into our daily life easily. So I should be able to order in and still maybe, balance my diet out.
Yeah.
So that's how I started. Like I started like changing my mindset. Oh, maybe this is something doable. And when you also like sent me all these videos about other women who have, their journeys, I
Yeah.
watched them. I said, oh, okay, people are benefiting from this.
Yeah.
So I think I made very clear that was my thought process. And then you actually said, yes, this is what we're working around. So
Yeah.
you should be able to go and drink and also lose weight.
Yeah. And tell us about that. Have you been able to drink alcohol and like live your life? I know
Yes.
you're traveling for a period. Like, tell us a little bit
Yes.
about that and losing the.
So yeah. So actually, yes. I mean, obviously, like I wasn't drinking like 2 bottles a night every night. Obviously, that is not the case. So, something's gotta give. But at least when I go out, I am able to enjoy two to three, 3 drinks or I just manage to balance my calories throughout the day so I can enjoy my nighttime outside, or the next day I either start eating a little later, or I, take a lot of, fluids like water. I have my little tea. I drink my tea, or the next day. And I also try to be physically active, especially the next day,
Yeah.
so I can, I can balance it. Yeah,
And so what have your exact results been, both from like a physical and from like a just like overall how you feel standpoint?
very positive. I'm shocked even myself. I said this is like, wow. So in total, since March 2024, and also I paused my membership for like a month and a half because I was traveling. So overall, my weight loss is at 30 pounds, and I was size 8. Now I'm size 4. And this is the first time in my life that I have bought size 25 jeans. And I thought this was never going to be possible. And so that's the like the weight, the scale part. So of course, in return, it is more rewarding, because I feel obviously more confident about myself and I feel more pleasant about myself. So, of course, once you feel good about yourself, you buy new things. And also, like, this is how Coach Would helped me with that. Make sure you have like a gold dress that you want to wear and go for that. So that's what we did. Also, like, I also want to give credit to Coach Wit because I think we clicked so well. And she's also very to the point. She's like, just like me, like, yes, yes, this is what I need. So once I'm, say how do this, and I do this religiously. So how maybe you should try this. Boom, yes. So we really clicked. So that also helped. The workout sessions are also helping me. That's my actually therapy, especially after school. So that's actually, those workout sessions also make me feel good about myself because I think I have become stronger. Also, like I spent a long time on my feet, and my like back aches, like everything is getting better. So yeah, overall, this has been a very pleasant journey.
How has the you mentioned confidence, like how has that affected your day to day?
I'm sorry.
The confidence, like the boost in
Oh,
confidence that you've been feeling, how has that been affecting like your day to day life?
so actually, it's just, I think it's me, and I just feel happy about myself. And as I feel happy, I care less about, small stuff too. So I don't sweat the small stuff anymore. You know what? Okay, it is what it is. At least when I look in the mirror, I feel good about myself. And
Yeah,
I don't need to worry about other things.
100%.
So
I
this
love
is,
that.
yeah, it's also, once you accomplish something,
Mhm.
it's good personal success, I feel like.
And so what do you feel like the biggest, like what do you feel like the keys to the castle are for you in terms of like you seeing the results and with this program? Like what has been the most helpful for you to like really lose these 35 pounds and like make it sustainable for you? Do you feel like?
I think so now when I go shopping, I'm more aware of what to look for. So I always check the label, the nutrition label. So actually my shopping cart has changed a little bit more. So I've become more protein aware. So whenever whatever I look for, I said, oh, maybe I can have this. It tastes similar, so I can have fewer calories, but I can have more protein. So it's healthier choices. And I also motivate my friends. Maybe you should try this. So I try to spread the word. I said maybe you should try this. And it's also good community because in my workplace there are people who prioritize protein in their diet, and then also we we motivate each other. Oh, I've tried this. Do you want to try this? So it's these things help a lot. But yes, that's Sorry, did I answer the
No, you
question
answered it
or
fully.
I went off topic?
No, that was perfect. Like it was basically obviously you're more protein and nutrition aware and reading the labels.
Yes,
I
yes.
guess
And
you're
oh,
good. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, so to be able to be sustainable, because I think that was a question. So now, of course, I'm so scared to, I'm scared. Actually, this is I'm scared to gain all the weight back. Knock on wood, it's not going to happen. But I said, okay, Seha, if I know that I'm going to have have a night out, then I know what I'm doing right now. So I know that I should eat, more protein, less carbs, and then when I go out, that at least I can just, balance. So I know now I'm in the habit of building that.
Yeah. And so it's the habits and like the knowledge of like, hey, I know if I'm going to go out
Yes.
the next day and leading up to the day. And so it can like, maintain that and not go the other way. Also, I wanted to ask you too, last question. Someone in your position, thinking about doing something, kind of scared because like in your situation, you've done so much stuff and like not seen the results and maybe like really afraid that, hey, this might be a fucking scam. Like, what would you tell another girl in that position thinking about doing the program?
Well, I would definitely say, look at me. I'm the walking example. So I also, so it's also nice when people notice how you look because I'm from Turkey, so I visit my family and friends like once a year. So when I went back last summer, people were, what happened to you? You look great. I said, I've lost some weight. But I mean, it's so nice to hear that people also notice. And the other thing is because I also start working out, like I've been working out religiously for the last maybe 5 months, I would say. So I think so my arms started to show, and now I'm growing stronger. I said, you know what, you should do this. I mean, I tell everyone, all the women around me, I said, you should definitely start at some point because there is no other way. And if I did it, I think everyone could.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Thank you so much for hopping on. Thank you so much
Oh, no
for,
problem,
you know,
Dylan.
trusting in myself and Coach Whitney and just really taking the first step in like terms of your health because that first step's the hardest, but it's like now look at you, right? And I knew
Oh,
I
and
knew
Dylan, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
yeah, go.
I also want to thank you for being flexible and for not giving up. Because if you weren't that persistent, I may not have been at this point.
Yeah. No, I really appreciate you saying that. And it was my pleasure. Like, I've been doing this for so long. Like, I get it. I understand. It's hard to take that first step and good on you for taking it and just like overcoming on that. And yeah, I'm extremely persistent because I know what it takes as a coach to get someone across that finish line. And obviously, in your case, like we're going to do everything in our power to make sure that you do get across that finish line. So thank you for trusting us and thank you for trusting Coach Witt and just like really dedicating yourself to the program and really just being coachable and amazing. So thank you again.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, you made it to the end. So my 1,600 calorie alcohol fat loss meal plan. Go ahead and screenshot this. If you're listening to this, go on Instagram at Dylan A. Conrad, Dylan like Bob Dylan, A. Conrad with a C. DM me 1,600 alcohol, and I'll send you my 1,600 calorie alcohol fat loss meal plan. If you have friends, if you have a friend that loves wine, loves alcohol, or doesn't think that they can lose weight while drinking, or they've done a lot of restrictive diets in the past, please forward her this episode. It'd be greatly appreciated. Next episode, at some point, I'm going to cover step 2 in the Women's Hormone Optimization Matrix. Enjoy the rest of your day.